Hello, everyone. My name is Peter Kincaid. I'm the CEO of Raintree Financial Solutions. Today, I'm joined by Gavin and Jordan from the business development team at Newlook Dental, and we're going to do a short interview on the fund. Gavin, Jordan, nice to see you. Can you start off with just giving me a quick summary of the Newlook Dental Fund?
Yeah, of course, Peter, no problem, and thank you for having me. So the dental fund is something we kind of came to head of mind about a year and a half ago. We were looking at the space as a whole and seeing how kind of resilient that we thought the dental space was as an independent offering, and essentially decided to put 80 to 100 dental practices under one umbrella and offer that to investors across Canada. So again, we're just doing a dental roll-up of practices across Canada into a fund and making it available for the average Canadian.
That's great. So you've been at it for a year and a half. What are you most proud of achieving so far?
Yeah, there's a couple things, and I have to go right to COVID to begin with. As business owners, that whole, and it still is trying. So I draw the analogy as to we were shut down. We had recommendations by the College of Dentistry to strongly recommend that we shut down our practices, and we adhered to it. So did the rest of Canada. So as a fund offering, you couldn't think of a more trying time to go through, that all of your staff is laid off, the families that you've known are unemployed. And our fund, again, as we give yield, the 9% yield preferred, we're like, this is a bit of a problem. But I will give credit to Abbas, one of my partners. There's 4 of us, again, that are partners at Newlook. He's very good to structure. He's reserved about using debt. So we immediately increased our lines of credit. We were sitting in a very good cash position. We had halted all acquisitions that we were moving forward on, and really decided to hunker down and did really cash flow analysis as to let's protect the fund at all costs. And in implementing and moving back, Dr. Sam, as our operator, was literally at the forefront of advising 1,600 other dentists how to roll out, how to get back up. As you know, 85% of our practices were in Saskatchewan. So it was great opportunistic time for us to get back up and at it. But I will say what I'm most proud of is that we're back at 90%, 95% as of this week is our capacity as our numbers over a year ago. So really slowly rolled it out to make sure all of our staff are safe and secure. And now we have the protocols in place moving forward for that in case, wave 2 or wave 3 comes. So I am proud about how we reacted, how our investors were supportive of us, and then where we're at now 10 weeks later.
So go ahead, Jordan.
I was going to say something else to be proud of too, and outside of the pandemic, because I think we're all really focused on the pandemic. That was 3 months, but we had a lot of a year before that. So I think something else to be proud of, and again, it touches on Abbas, the operational team, and Dr. Sam, is our retention. Our patient and employee retention is something to be very proud of. So when we make an acquisition, the fact that they're so willing to join the Newlook and Dental family, stay on board, and then drive our future mission and vision is something, that should be communicated and people should know, because when someone wants to be a part of something, it's got to be something great.
Yeah.
That's great. And so you touched upon it a little bit in terms of the impact on the business. COVID-19 obviously had a substantial impact on the dental industry across Canada. One of the benefits of being heavily concentrated in Saskatchewan was that they opened first. Did you learn anything? Did the team learn anything from being back at practice management first that you can share with us?
Yeah, and I'll get into the nitty gritty here a little bit. There's certain codes and protocols there's certain things at a practice that you go through. If it's a teeth cleaning, if you're getting a bridge done, if you're getting a cavity filled, et cetera, et cetera. So Dr. Sam was, very good at what to roll out first to make people feel safe and secure to come back in, and prioritize kind of what operations were being implemented first. And when they're successful at our one practice, then we did the 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, and slowly moved that across to Ontario. So now we're at where we're doing all of the codes for billing in our practices. And again, the fact that we steadily grew at, 46, 56, 65, 77, 84, 95% week over week over week. And the fact that we have not seen a slowdown in people coming back or being scared to go to the practice is really good for us. So again, kind of when HIV was a big deal. We had to put protocols and policies in place in the dental as well as any healthcare offering, any space. Now that those protocols are in place for COVID, we feel, and again, it reiterates with the amount of patients that are coming back, they feel more comfortable. So.
Yeah, well, and so let's talk about the future and finish off there. You know, this is when you make an investment, you're really investing in the future. What do you think the future holds for the rest of 2021 or 2020 and 2021 and beyond? You know, where's this fund heading?
Yeah, so again, my opinion of this is from our side and what we've seen, you know, from being, you know, we were growing really well. We're implementing our plan and really just doing super numbers before COVID hit, which was a complete, you know, wipeout, staff gone. What are we going to do? Rallied back up now to be, again, where we are revenue wise. So if I was to extrapolate on that, and let's say COVID-2 hits again, we have the safety precautions in place. Again, much like I said with HIV, that moving forward now that, right, the policies are in place. If the college comes back out, they would do an audit on the facilities to be like, right, you're safe, you're secure, you've got your policies, protocols, continue with business as is. So we see it as that it won't be as disruptive or even disruptive at all moving forward. But again, that's my opinion. We'll see what happens.
And in terms of the fund itself, do you anticipate making acquisitions again?
We actually have, and we did an acquisition a week and a half ago that we closed, and it was the best terms in regards to any of our acquisitions that we've done. So if I was to extrapolate on that, you know, it was a super transaction for us. We've been looking at the practice for a while. We've got it at a discount to market from before. And the deal, the pipeline that we have right now is unbelievable moving forward. We're really considering something like 27 practices that we're reviewing. And we're seeing better terms. So if I was to extrapolate on the fact that if our revenue continues and we see better terms moving forward on practices, it could be very, very, very good for us.
Yeah. Okay, well, that's great. I mean, that gives a really good sense. Gavin, Jordan, thank you for your time today. Appreciate it. For those watching, we'll be hosting a webinar with the team and learning a lot more about this opportunity. So we look forward to seeing you there. Thank you.
Thank you, Peter.
Thanks, Peter.